can record everything myself or like stream or some shit. But I didn't do it yet because I couldn't, because I couldn't regularly stream because I would get banned really fast.
No, you will not. Oh, wait. Let me just, because I have the power now to invert.
Hello.
Okay, we are back. We are back.
Hello.
By the way, Finn, no worries. I believe in you. You will be the voice of truth in this community, the investigation. So no. Don't self-censor yourself.
By the way, Blackheart, when it comes to like how about Blackheart? Why do you not tell us a bit about? Now you had a few days, maybe you played a bit. What do you think of Clive right now after Forward 1+2 got the Glock to the head?
I think the character is still mad strong. Like he still has a lot of good tools. If you talk about the 4-1+2 nerf by itself, I don't agree with how they rebalanced the move. I said this in my last video. I talked about the new patch.
It seemed
it's
very
not because I didn't
one-dimensional in how they nerfed it, yeah.
Like for example, like it's not like I don't agree with them nerfing the move. I think them nerfing the move is completely okay. Like I would have done the same. It's the first thing I would have nerfed of the character. I just don't agree with how they did this. Like, if it was for me, I would have made the move completely linear, but still safe. Like for example, I think they went lazy on nerfing the move. For example, they didn't solve the problem of the move itself. They only made it so that you cannot spam it every 2 seconds.
Lazy is a good word. Lazy is a good word.
In my opinion,
I completely agree with you on that one, because I think IMOP releases usual short update video, and thank God he's doing that. But literally, my comment was like, that move should just not track at all, because it will completely integrate in the gameplay of the character with back 2.
Exactly.
You duck, you evade back 2, you sidestep, you get hit by back 2, but you evade forward 1+2. But this is something that I notice it happens a lot in Tekken 8. You have moves that are not usable anymore because there are moves that are just too complete. So you don't have to select the right move.
Like in Magic, you have just a card that is categorically better. Like on
exactly.
Yeah,
like for instance, the how is it called? Quarter sequel forward 1+2 of Brian, or the demon pose, Okay, why do these kind of moves tracks? I'd make the instance with Brian because I had a perfect instance. Why the move slightly tracks from one side and he tracks on the other side? When I have Mach kick,
that move is completely...
I agree with you. When I have Mach kick 4-4-4, which I don't need anymore and not use it anymore. It used to be my tracking option. When I start to get sidestep, my back one starts to get sidestep. I start with a Mach kick. So they think twice to start sidestep. Same thing. All the stance move that forces the mix up. No, you get the stance, you get the hit on block, character goes into stance, and then you have a force mix up after. Why now you have a power crash after that instance when your opponent is forced to guess your mid or low? Anyway,
yeah.
Like Lars is the best instance. If he does what is Den 3, I don't remember.
Zen 3,
and it's basically +9. Why does he have a power crash from that install? The reason why he used to have a power crash is because your opponent could always try to jab interrupt you, the dick jab, and stop you. Now there is no point in that. So that's kind of things. It's so stupid in my opinion. And there are many of these instances in the game. And I think it's something that is happening in all the game, and it's kind of sad. This move that have too many properties. And
my Brian friend still uses Mach kick for this like weird high evade it has, like up close, right, where it like crushes jab. But otherwise, there is no really Mach kick you saw quite a lot in Tekken 7, but I mean it was a full-on counter hit launcher.
It was broken.
That destroyed you completely. Okay, but wait, I have one question just because we talked about this top tier thing with Chad. Let's make your characters a bit more top tier. Like Blackheart, you play June, yeah. Let's say you had to buff one thing about her. One thing. What would you buff?
I would like to start saying that I think it would be completely craziness to buff June. First of all,
okay, but I now force you to buff
no.
June.
Like if I were the balancing team, I would never buff June. Never in my life. Never. But if I were to buff, if I were forced to buff her, like with a pistol in my head and say, buff this character, I will buff maybe just making step 4 cheap damage. So step 4 having cheap damage on block, or having a little bit better lows, like for example, Dumbeck 3 being a little bit more plus on it. That's all. Really. And
okay, I think if you sorry, go on, Blackheart.
I think she's completely perfect. I think she's fine, and honestly, I think she has a lot of potential, and people are sleeping on her a lot. She's very good.
I think so as well. I want to pick her up. Maybe you can honestly, Blackheart, think about, you know what? Do me a favor. Think about. I mean, you love this girl, yeah. Think about doing like a compact, like maybe half an hour, like compact guide for her. You know, give me something. Give me.
I made a
like
guide
a bit
on her.
of Oki and shit. I want to play her.
I made a guide on her. I made a video guide.
Is it like still?
Yeah. It's still on my. It's still on my channel. Yes.
Is it still up to date, basically?
Yeah. But most of the things are still working. Yes.
Do you have a bit of Oki in there as well?
Oki, no, but honestly, her Oki is not really important. Like she has very few options. So she's very good in other kinds of areas in this game, definitely.
Okay.
Like she has not a lot of Oki situations, but yeah, she definitely has some, you know. But the point is that she's very good in other areas. If I would nerf one thing of Jun, I think you were asking also that, right?
No, we can do one buff and one nerf, actually.
I would nerf forward 1+2 because that move is zero sense.
The parry.
Because on whiff she basically is safe on whiff.
Yeah, that's she has basically no
parry. It's a 12. Invictus. Have you watched Invictus the tournament?
Not that much, but I know Kira played.
He destroyed Daniel Mado with that parry, man. He destroyed him.
I gotta say that Daniel Mado, I played sometimes with Daniel Mado. He always told me that he has zero Jun knowledge. He never plays against Jun, and
it was visible.
and he doesn't know Jun very well. So basically, he only trained with me, with Jun, and maybe I don't know, against others. Pakistani players, maybe, I don't know, but he doesn't have a lot of knowledge about the character.
Yeah.
So the parry is very, very, very strong because it's a 12 frame high plus on block also. That on counter it launches in it, and it's a parry in it 5 frames startup, and it's basically safe on whiff. So if she whiffs with that attack and you try to punish her, she's safe already. Like you need to be super on point to punish her on whiff, and that's super broken. She needs to be toned down on whiff, at least the whiff recovery a little bit.
Funny.
Again, and I will nerf maybe some of her lows there because she's not the best at pressuring opponents. But yeah, that's all.
What Gian? What is one buff, like one move you would buff with Brian?
Oh my god.
So it's not a buff. Like I don't think Brian needs buffs. First of all, let's make it clear. He doesn't need buffs. I like him as it is. Rather than a buff, it's more an adjustment on how the move works because is sidestep to 1. I think is a super cool move, but it's a move that is basically intended to hit characters that are moving forward after you sidestep them. No, but the move has absolutely zero tracking and realignment. So what happens is that you sidestep, you do 2-1, and you just whiff in the air and you die.
Yeah, they don't use the move a lot, right? They don't use the even the good Brian players. They don't use the.
No, but it's a sick looking move. It's insane, but on top of that, it's very hard to hit confirm. But at the same time, it's very delayable. So what happens is that you hit with the 2, then you want to confirm with the 1, but the window that you have for confirm is shorter than the window that you have to delay. So you can actually confirm it too late and get in ducked and get launched. Not like Clive, for instance. Clive allows you to just like you miss
like
the window of confirm.
Clive, if you confirm it. With Clive, if you confirm it, it hits basically. If you confirm it hits.
If you don't confirm it in time, it just doesn't
come out.
Doesn't go. It doesn't come out.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like in my opinion, I think the move is like as its concept and as it is implemented, it just is not working very well, because like as well, when you have a move that have a lot of forward momentum, like a demon pose or like some of the power crushes that are in the game, you just sidestep them. You notice the sidestep and you press 2. You notice that you evade them and you press 2, but Brian just literally, the character keeps on moving, your opponent keeps on moving forward and you just whiff completely. And it's just annoying because it's a cool move. Is a launcher on it, which, well, that's launcher on it are a thing, which but it's a neat engager as well, but it's super risky because as well it's very hard to confirm. People telling me it's very confirmable. It's like, no, it's not very confirmable, it's very delayable, but the window to confirm it is actually quite strict and it's very difficult online.
So you would widen the confirm window, or what would you do?
I will make it like most of all, honestly, the confirm window you can keep it strict. But definitely I would change the realignment, because you whiff too many times just because of the character moving, because like it makes it a useless move, and as well because at the end you can just sidestep Jet Upper if you really want. So it's not that.
What about nerf?
Nerfs, the main 2 nerfs are quarter zero forward 2. Quarter zero forward 1+2. QCF 1+2. No tracking at all. Period. No tracking at all.
Agreed.
And down back, no one talks about it. Down back 1+2, guys. It's even worse. Down back 1+2. I didn't test it yet. I wanna do the test. No, it's not the safe part that is a problem. The safe part is relative, because at the end of the day, you make it unsafe and just keep on using QCF 1+2. So what's the point? But is basically acting like a back 3/4 of Dragunov. So the second hit is homing. So no one talks about it because everyone uses QCF 1+2. Use the elbow. No one used the double punch. But as soon as you nerf this one, well, this one is the next problem. That definitely, because people stops to use this one and use this one. And this one, trust me, you sidestep. The first punch doesn't hit if you are mid range, but the second punch hits. And if you sidestep the first punch, the second punch realigns. Doesn't matter where you're sidewalking. It doesn't matter. It's always gonna like.
Yeah, they don't use this move a lot, Brian.
No, because you have QCF 1+2. But trust me, when if you throw it out, it works. I can guarantee you that it works, especially because it's basically homing. I don't know if it's crazy like the old Dragunov, back 3/4. That I really want to
back
test
4/3.
It.
You mean
back 4/3? Sorry, back 4/3. I really want to test it with the Lily jump. Make Lily jump over Brian and see if he just does a 180 and hits Lily anyway, because I think he's in that kind of level of push.
You know what? I like Reyna, yeah? And I have one buff I want. Tell me what you think about it. I want to, my favorite move in Tekken is while standing 4. I love while standing 4s. Because I still play when I play Mishimas, I play kind of like the ultra lame style where I just wave dash and check them with while standing 4 and play off of this. And her while standing 4, it annoys me that she has this dog shit while standing 4. What do you I want to give her the classic while standing 4, which is -3 on block and +8 on hit. What do you think about it? Is that okay?
Or which card again? I don't
know. Reyna while standing 4. Because right now it is +5 or 6 on hit, and it is -5 on block, and I want to make it -3 on block and +8 on hit.
But she has while standing 4/4.
Yeah, but while standing 4/4 is punishable when she's not in heat, and it's just
The problem is that her while standing 4 is trash because she has while standing 4/4. That's the point.
Yeah, but why? But wait a minute. Heihachi also has while standing 4/4, and if he's not in heat, you just launch it on block.
And Yashi's was sending for is I don't know the frames.
It is the classic Mishima. Like, okay, look, the classic Mishima is Kazuya has it, Jin has it, Heihachi has it, everyone has it, Devil Jin has it. It is -3.
Okay, no. I don't know frames specifically. I don't know.
Okay, look. The frames on all of them, Jin, Heihachi, Kazuya, Devil Jin. I think it is +8 on hit, -3 on block for the single. The single while standing 4. And I want that for Reina as well. What would you guys think that is okay?
Yeah, I don't know. That? It's not a big change. I guess it's okay. Yes.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's gonna. It's like it's not the kind of super impactful thing that is gonna destroy the game. And especially like you have to consider when you do this, you have to consider the whole player base when you think about these changes. It's like, as we are gonna know about this, the top 10% of the players are gonna notice the thing and might complain about it, but the average Joes, they're not gonna even talk about that. So I don't think it's gonna be that crazy of a change.
Yeah, for me, it's just quality of life, you know.
-5 to -3, absolutely. People that say something to -5 to -3 is like, well, whatever. It's like, honestly, it's nothing crazy.
When the changes when the changes are this low, it's okay. The problem is when they completely rebalance moves. That's the problem. That's the problem. When they completely rebalance and make moves OP, that's the problem.
Yeah. What do you think? Actually, that's because this is about the topic of today is going to be basically around broken characters, overpowered move, and everything.
Yeah, just one thing, John. Since I gotta leave soon, maybe if I can start first, maybe.
Yeah, you go first. You go first. Absolutely. Okay, no worries. Okay. What do you think are, I don't know, let's say the 3 strongest moves in the game?
Ooh.
Or even just one. But you need to argument it properly.
The strongest move in the game.
Like that one that you really like, yeah. It's but like you have to consider as well the complements with the character, not like the move like this character is the strongest.
Before nerfs, I think probably Clive 4-1+2 before.
Well,
nerfs.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it was safe, homing, mid, double mid actually, unparryable, full screen. It engager, launching in it had all of the good properties you could ask for. So basically broken. Now it's still pretty good, but the fact that it being unsafe, it makes you not use it as much as before, basically.
Yeah, basically they make it non-spawn.
Now the best move in the game is Dragunov's QCF4.
Okay.
Because it is. It complements the character so well with all the tools he has, the full crouch down 4-1, the running 2, the heat smash, and everything else. And it's basically an invincible move. It has great tracking, hits grounded, +7 into pressure, especially at the wall. The move has no weakness. Heat engager.
I mean, it has one weakness. It has one weakness. It is supposedly in practice mode. It is steppable.
But in a match, it's very hard. Yes. Especially considering this is the part. Considering all the tools he has.
Considering you may step it once or twice, but yeah, it's not like steppable.
Considering all the tools Dragunov has, it's basically impossible to step it consistently, at least in a match. If some player spams it continuously, maybe yes. But considering again, Dragunov's down to Dragunov's, Dragunov's run into and all this stuff, it's not very easy. So I think that's the best move in the game, in my opinion. Probably considering all the properties, that's probably that's the one for me.
Very quickly, Gian, can you add my second? I'm going to join on PC. Can you put me in?
Yeah, no worries. As soon as I see you pop,
okay.
No worries. I'll swap you out with this one and put you in with the other.
Yeah. What about you, Finn?
Well, Finn is going to be back in a minute. It's just changing account because it was okay. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah. If you want if you had other questions in mind, maybe so then I can answer you.
So you said Dragunov QCF4, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want my answer?
Yeah, basically we were waiting for your opinion, and if you have something to ask,
it's gonna be obviously Jhin, Kazama. So I honestly, you could also make a case for Flash, just because even the threat of Flash itself, it's sort of like if when you ever played Kazuya, you can profit off of the other Kazuya players in just not using Hell Sweep, because every other Kazuya player uses Hell Sweep, and you just don't use it. But the threat of it, the sheer existence of it, is fucked up. Not fucked up. Kazuya is right now a strong character, but in my opinion, fine.
I don't agree, in my opinion.
You think he is okay? Wait, we are. But okay. Point is, Jhin Kazama Jhin. It is. Yeah. Now you can pick. You can pick 2-1-4. You can pick down 4. You can pick Heat Smash. I would obviously pick 2-1-4. Simply because and it doesn't matter. This move will. Look, in season 2, they're gonna touch down 2, which doesn't matter because down 2, the threat they're not gonna touch. They might gonna touch the counter hit launch, but still the move is in the game. The move will probably get changed to a counter hit knockdown maybe, and he gets a guaranteed CD1. But the thing is, this is the thing what Jhin players also ignore. Every Jhin player that has dogshit opinions about the character ignores the fact that the sheer existence of down 2 right now puts mental stack and burden on the opponent just because it is there, just because you need to look out for it to be even able to react to it. That is a crazy quality of the move. You don't need to use down 2. The sheer existence of it puts pressure on the opponent because he knows this move can come out. I need to be careful with jabs, I need to be careful with highs, and if I want to react to it, I need to be completely focused, even offline. Yeah. 2-1-4 though, 2-1-4 is gonna be insane in this game no matter what they do, unless they change the frames on 2-1. That they're not gonna do. They are not gonna change the frames on 2-1. What they are going to do probably is they're gonna remove the counter hit property of the knockdown and make it either, if they are insane, change it to a small to a 1+2 heat engage, even though that would probably be way too strong. That would probably way stronger. So they are probably gonna do completely remove it, probably, and it's just gonna be a stun. And if 4 connects, you get a bit of frame advantage. But the thing is, even if they are gonna do that, the move is still an incredible control tool.
Is the 2-1 string that is the problem, not 2-1-4?
In my opinion.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, but even if it doesn't do anything on counter hit, even then it would be an incredible control tool in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is why it is so strong. That is, if they actually gonna nerf, if they actually want to nerf what makes 2-1-4 good, they should nerf the frames on 2-1. They should make 2-1 not -3 on block, but -8. That would be a nerf.
-8 probably would be a little bit overkill.
But it would make the move still usable as a control tool because you can delay 4. But it would nerf he's only -3. That is pretty sick considering the kind of move that it is. Nova Saiken actually made some proposals of like making it so that Jhin has the old, more of a pushback scenario, but then I would still argue, even if you do that, give him back the like older Tekken 7, kind of like where he had more pushback, but even then, the move would be an incredible control tool. So I'm gonna say 2-1-4 is the strongest move entry in the game because it does so much, and I think even they can, and this move will forever be incredibly strong unless they are going to touch the frame state on 2-1. That's my my proposal for the strongest move.
Well, yeah, that's basically what would be kind of my answer as well. The 2-1 string of Jhin is just the most brain dead string that there is in the game. The mental stack that causes to the opponent is just insane. You just throw it up, and then it's just like, okay, now it's your time. It's your thing.
Yeah, and I mean, he can die for it, but he can only die if you choose legit delay. Like, you have to delay legit, not small delay. You have to do proper
legit delay. You sidestep right. Yeah,
exactly.
But who does that? Come on.
Right?
It's like you can do that against if you play a first to 10 against the same player, then yes, you might pull it out a couple of times.
Yes,
online, good luck.
The Brian friend I play against, like, he knows that I tend to always go for like full delay, So he just jet uppers me. But the thing is, then I just stop. And then I just stop, and then I get 3 turns because I then only use 2-1. You are hesitant, and I get a free
mental frames.
Exactly, I get completely mental frame advantage and have a free turn. And if you press into it, look, I'm not some scrub ass Jhin. I do CD1 electric, and I get the flip over Oki. Yeah, I don't do down 2 like some fucking blue rank Jhin. I do proper CD1, meaning you also get a really fucking good Oki position because you get the flip over.
Yeah, you get the pancake flip.
Yeah, you get the pancake flip, which is incredible. Like this move as well, like electric CD1, that it hits grounded, and for scrubs you have down 2 as a grounded hit option, which is also, the character is incredible. Yeah, it's just an incredible character. I like Jin Kazama. He's a chat character, guys, but he is. Look, I don't know. Jin Kazama is like the top tier in this game, basically, and the problematic one, because Nina, for example, guys, with Nina, I don't know how you see it, Blackheart or Gian, but when I play against Ninas, most Ninas are a bit stupid, and they don't. With Jin, it's different, man, because you can be a not good Jhin and you still need to sweat against those guys. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly the point of what I was saying earlier with the broken characters and what makes a broken character. Like with Yoshi, if you see someone that doesn't know how to use Yoshi, at the end of the day, by the second round, you have it in your hand and it's fine.
You have it because he only basically uses 3 or 4 moves.
Because he doesn't know how to follow the characters.
Yeah, he doesn't really know how to play him, but Jhin...
Yeah. You know, you might be doing well in a round, then he pulls out a lucky down to you. But it's like, just to make my answer on the best move, just because I don't want to keep it 2-1-4. Because like 2-1-4 would have been probably my best option. But if I have to think about one move that I think is like by far the strongest move you don't have, and there is no an answer for that. You know when and you even know when it's coming, you're just gonna be holding that for like 10 seconds, is the Bear Electric. The Bear Electric. No one thinks about the Bear Electric, but the Bear Electric is like when a bear goes in it, it's like you're in for 10 seconds of pure
That's a good
enjoyment.
choice.
Blackheart, you played Kuma obviously to GOD as well, yeah?
Of course.
So what is the situation actually, like if you know? What is actually the situation if I block the first Bear Electric? What are my options? What can I do still? Like, what is my option? Can I do anything?
What is your option? What is your option? Sorry, I didn't. There was some lag. What is your option against?
When Kuma does the first Bear Electric, what are my options actually? Like what can I do against, for example, Bear Electric into Bear Electric? Do I have any option?
If Kuma spams electrics and you read it, you can step to the right or you can parry if you have a character with parry, because Bear Electric you can parry Bear Electrics.
So I can block if I block.
But of course, if they do the heat smash, you're gonna die because the heat smash is full homing right now.
Okay, so if they do Bear Electric and I block the first one, I can, if I anticipate a second one, sidestep this, but the Heat Smash would kill me.
Sidestep to the right or try to parry.
Okay, but the Heat Smash would kill me. Yeah, the 13 frame Heat Smash would kill me. Yeah.
The Heat Smash will kill you though, so it's not like the best solution. But like there is not a good solution against that. Basically, there's not an only solution. The move is so.
And the Heat Smash would obviously also blow. The Heat Smash would also blow through power
parry and the parry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, if you try the parry, the full charge Bear Electric will break the parry, no? Or will be parried anyway. I don't think you can.
No, if he fully charges it, of course he launches you because the parry will not get him.
You don't get Sambakis, you don't get parries when the full charge. So it's at the end of the day, if you block the Bear Electric, you have to hard read the situation or hold it.
Yeah, it's a hard read. Yeah, it's
always a hard read with the Bear Electric. So
I think they could balance it by just making it high and not mid anymore, special mid or special mid but worse frames on block. Like I don't know.
You know what? You want to leave it like this, and I've been saying this, but this is a general thing for 90% of the hit moves. They should be consuming way more heat.
Or way more heat also.
It's like you like literally what Joka said, like when before the Tekken World Tour, Joka said I think he put the Bear like top 6 or 7 when he did a tier list, and he was like, say whatever you want, guys. This is how we see it, and it's Joka. It's not the last one. It's not a blue rank, And at the end of the day, you see Rangshu wins the thing, and he literally said, there is no reason that he goes in it and he can just shit electric, the best move in the game, like he does. And it's true. If he does it 3 times, like you go hit burst, you have 2 electrics. You go hit engager, you go 3 electrics. That's fine. I block, you get 2 electrics, hit smash, I'm fine. You get 1 electric, hit smash, I'm fine with that. But the fact that you can do it 5 times, 6 times, how many times you can do it is wrong. But this is for many characters, not just the Bear Electric. The Bear Electric is there's the greatest distance because it's arguably the best move.
I tell you why that is, because the heat system, I would even struggle to call it a system. The heat gimmick in Tekken 8 is low IQ as fuck. Whoever came up with that idea is a bad game designer. I can argue this. I think both of you didn't play Street Fighter 6, so I don't go into the comparison with the drive system, which is actually a smart system. But the point is that you have this look, the power level is so goddamn high, and the shit you can do in Heat with almost any character in the game is so unbelievably powerful, and we tend to forget this because we play this game already now since over a year with the 2 network tests, which means you notice how fast we are getting accustomed to the power level of Tekken 8. And I think they have fucked themselves now, because the actual good solution would be to lock heat state behind an actual resource you have to build up. If you had to build up your heat bar and then use it, people would be way more fine with the power level you have access to. But right now, I can at any point in the round decide to get my heat burst going, and I can find spots for it very easily, and then just enter my God mode with every single character in the game. It doesn't matter what character. It does not the fuck matter what character. And that, as long as that is this way in the game, the power level will always be completely fucked up. It will be completely fucked up, in my opinion.
Yeah, actually, we can shift it to this conversation. So, like, Blackheart, do you have time for one more question?
Sure.
Okay,
then unfortunately, after this, guys, I think I'm gonna go because I have some stuff to do this evening. But I can surely. Let's go.
Okay, so because like everyone talks about the hit system, and basically when you speak about what makes a character broken and everything, it's not just the character itself, as well as about how the mechanics in this game are broken. So, what are your changes? And then obviously we're going to go all through this answer. What are the changes you will bring into the hit system? You don't have to go too detailed and everything, but like a couple of major things that you really think like you will not, you will change, if you will change it, because maybe you are one of the enjoyers of the hit system and you want it to keep it.
I think, for example, that when you get an engager to hit opponents, it should be gradual, the amount of plus frames you get. For example, you hit a slower engager, you get plus 17. You hit like a 13 frame engager, you get less frames. Like it should be proportional to how strong the engager is. It shouldn't be plus 17 no matter what. Yep. Maybe it will cause a lot of confusion probably, because of course you have to remember, if it is 17 or I don't know, something else. But maybe, I don't know, making, some engagers plus 17 and others are like, plus 10.
No heat engager should be plus 17. Not a single one should be plus 17.
I think slower engagers, if they get you, they can be plus 17 in my opinion. I don't have a problem with that.
You can make an argument for that. I agree with that. If you say Heihachi parry, if you get a Sabaki, you actually take a big risk with a Sabaki and everything. Yeah, it may seem like a force of 50-50 in that case.
The slower than the not so used engagers can stay plus 17 in my opinion. It's just with the abusable engagers that maybe plus 17 is too much. Like for example, I don't know, Clive 1 plus 2. Basically you can spam until it hits, basically, and you get plus 17. That's a little bit too much. Like for example, in my case, I would make those kind of engagers the most spammable engagers, like plus 9. +9, and instead the most useless or like the slower engagers like still +17 or even a little bit less if we want to make a little bit less, maybe like +15. But the idea of being so plus after heat, it's not so bad in my opinion if you get a good engagers to it. Otherwise, you would make the heat mechanic completely useless in my opinion. You can get a free mix-up after engager hits in my opinion if it's a slow or like not abusable engager. It's about the abusable engagers that maybe +17 is a little bit too much in my opinion. That's the first change I will make. Second change I will make is no heat smash. No heat smash should war splat. No heat smash should war splat. No matter the heat smash, no matter the character, no matter everything. Not even June, unfortunately. I'm talking about even June. No heat smash in the game should war splat.
Or ground break, I'm assuming. Or ground or floor break, I'm assuming.
Floor break or wall break are more unique mechanics, like let's say, because maybe they cannot floor break or wall break immediately, like strong wall break maybe.
Okay.
But if an engager destroy, it has the animation of destroying the wall. I don't see a big deal. I don't see a really big deal with that. The problem with me, because they are again unique mechanics. Maybe I would add more scaling to the combo after that. Maybe after engage, maybe after heat. The problem with me is about the heat smashes war splatting. That's very broken because again, walls are something that always are in Tekken, especially in this Tekken in which stages are always with walls. So it can always happen that heat smashes war splat. Like for example, imagine about June. I'm making June example. June war splats 13 frames with the heat smash into 94 damage. That's so fucking broken. And I'm talking about my own character because I don't want to get to talk about any character specifically.
Because otherwise,
so stupid. So that's the second change I will make to it overall. Heat burst, I think it's fine the way it is.
No, it's not fine. It's not fine.
Wait. I'm just maybe the only thing is that I would reduce some heat burst tracking because some heat burst or range because some heat bursts have still bullshit range and the tracking. So only that maybe, but the heat burst as it is designed right now, I like it the way it is right now. So I wouldn't change heat burst at all. Okay, so I talk about heat smashes. About also some moves in it need to be a little bit more that need to deplete a little bit more heat. Like we mentioned about Kuma Electric, but also I think about Yoshimitsu stuff he does in heat, or like other characters that have some unique heat abilities. They should replenish a little bit more heat than they already do right now. So I think that should be something because some heat mechanics are too much. And they can really hurt a lot. And the fact that you can spam it a lot of times is not healthy. Like again, Kuma in it can spam electric so many times, and it's not very good. Heat dash, I think it's okay if there are some heat dash launchers. I just don't like some moves in heat dash launching. Like for example, Dragunov back 4-3 didn't launch in it, for example.
What's the frame on back 4-3?
Back 4-3 is 14 frames. So he has a 14 frames launcher, mid-high. Again, it's super good. And again, it's not. It shouldn't be a launch in a character like that, especially. Also, Jin 4-3-1 also shouldn't launch, in my opinion. Especially since you cannot parry the move, you cannot parry the second hit. Only if you are very very spot on, you can do it maybe. Or you cannot power crush the second hit. You cannot do shit. For example, again, for example, with Lily's case, at least you can parry the second hit. In Jin's case, no, you cannot do shit. Basically, you die. So again, also some moves shouldn't hit launch, but the mechanic. The mechanic
mechanically, don't get into too much into
I think it's okay. I think it's not super broken. And also, I would make heat dashes a little bit less plus. Especially again, let's make like I would say the general thing about the heat dash, the engagers being so plus on hit, like +9, the nerf I did also to heat dash. Like again, the slower it engagers, the slower ones, the not so spammable ones can stay the way they are. I think just the very strong ones should be nerfed, like the 13 frame ones or the 11 frame ones should be like from +5 to +2 or +1 or even zero. Even zero. I don't know.
Having a -19 move to become a +5 moves because of it. Exactly. That's yeah.
So I think my view on this is that the problem itself is not about the +17. The problem is about how easy with some moves is to access to this +17. It's not about the +17 itself, because again, if you hit with some engagers very slow, like I don't know.
No, I wasn't talking about the engagers.
Leroy down back 1+2.
I wasn't talking about the engagers now. I said like having a move that is like heavily minus, like what is?
No. I'm talking in general. No, I'm also transferring to you. Like again, if you hit Leroy's down back 1+2, I think you can get rewarded with so much. The problem is when you hit the Clive's 1+2, that's so spammable that maybe +17 is a little bit too much. Yeah. Again, that's my view on this. That's how I will rebalance it, because I don't want it to become useless. I don't want it to become, so useless that basically the game becomes second 7.5. I think Heat is fun if it can get rebalanced a little bit better. It's just how easy it is to spam Heat right now that makes the game unbearable. Like being always this minus on every Heat engager is really something annoying in the long term, not gonna lie. Especially against some characters that have every kind of Heat engager possible. Like, for example, I don't know, think about again, Kuma, for example, running 1+2, down 1+2 instance, 1+2, too much. So that's how I would rebalance it. I think I mentioned everything I want. Also, maybe Heat smashes. It's the last thing.
Okay.
Last two things about Heat smashes. I think if a Heat smash gets on trade, so you activated the Heat smash, you should lose Heat. Like, for example, it happens a lot of times that you use Heat smash, but the move gets cancelled before it hits, and you still have Heat. No.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
I didn't know this. You get clipped before the first hit of the Heat smash connects.
You do the.
I got it. Okay, I never noticed that. Okay.
Yeah, you do the Heat smash, but you get interrupted before you can do it.
No. As soon as you press one.
It depends on the exact situation, but you're not wrong, Blackheart. It depends on the exact situation, but you're correct.
That thing should go. If you use your Heat smash and you got wrong, it's okay. It's over for you. It's okay. You wanted to use it, but you got interrupted. No more Heat for you. That's also a thing I would change. Last change I would do. Maybe making Heat smashes parryable, not power crushable, but parryable. Maybe that would be good, because I at least we have something you can do against Heat smashes, especially some Heat smashes that are completely homing or have other properties. Maybe if you could parry them, at least they would have a little bit more risk to the move instead of being a completely free tool to use to pressure people and so on. So these are the changes I would make to Heat.
Having said this, list, my friend.
So having said this, guys, thank you so much for having me here.
It's always a pleasure.
I enjoyed this discussion a lot, and Finn, John, take care, guys. I love you.
I'll see you next time.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Ciao, bello.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Okay, Finn, that was a long answer.
Yeah.
What's your point of view on that? What would you change on it? Because I know you're another very professor player. You know a lot about the game. You know about the granularity.
Yeah, I play. I mean, I played almost every character now. I played almost every character in Tekken 7 as well, and I also played the ones. I played Eliza, Akuma, Mishimas. I can do the shit. I can do Lee pickups, back two loops. I can do all that shit. I watched a lot of pro play, thousands of hours, but. With this game, I don't know where this is supposed to. This Heat shit is fun, and I can still play the game for hours. Like, I can play the game for 10 hours straight, and have my fun with it. But, I don't know how they came up with Heat, because they are in contact with Capcom, and Capcom does Street Fighter.
Yeah, I know. I remember they said that they got help by Capcom and everything.
Yeah, they have some pattern things as well. They share patterns with each other for free and shit. And I just can't imagine how someone when they see Capcom do the drive system, which is very intricate and like everything interacts with everything and is resource based, how you even can come up with the idea of giving Tekken characters that power level. And power level in Tekken is always frames, right? It's always frames, because look at Akuma. Why is down freeze so insane? Because on hit, it's a full combo, but the situation on block would still be bad, but the situation on block was not that Akuma is -9. The situation was that Akuma is, if you do it perfectly, Akuma is +7 on block. And when I look at this heat stuff, I will never be cool. I will never be fucking cool with seeing this game at the highest level, and I'm seeing people lose rounds, lose games, lose a fucking tournament in Tekken. In Street Fighter, I'm fine. Brother, Street Fighter is a different game. In Street Fighter, I'm fine with Ken hitting one low forward on me, get Itazuing me into the corner, and then I have to guess with throw loops. That is okay. Street Fighter works differently. A throw only does 1,000 damage. If you get thrown, you can take 3 throws, 4 throws. It's only 1,000 damage. You have 10,000 HP. But in Tekken, I will never be okay. I will never like it on the highest. I like the game. I play the game. I'm not a Tekken 8 hater. I like the game. I have more playtime in this game than 99.9% of the player base. And I still play it. I still like it. I love Reina's design. I even like Victor, bro. I like.
That's
I
brave.
like
I really don't.
I always say I love every character in this game. I find something to love about every character. But when I look at the system level of the heat stuff, I will never be okay with pro players losing games because someone lands a random ass fucking safe mid in your face, and then you are -17 and you have to guess. You have to completely hard guess without any mind game, any option, it's just it's just mid or low. I will never be cool with this. I will never be cool with a lazy ass incredible mid having that property on hit. I will never be cool with this. And again, in
this
other
is
games,
not Tekken. That's what people will say.
Yeah, in other games, I would be okay with this. I would be okay in Street Fighter. I am okay with Mortal Kombat degeneracy. Guys, I played DNF Duel on launch. I played 2XKO Alpha. I was completely okay with Echo fucking me up in 2XKO. I am okay with it. But in Tekken, I am not okay with it. In Tekken, honestly, no safe mid should be +17 on hit. Think about what we are talking about here. If you were to tell me this in Tekken 7, Tag 2, Tekken 5, Tekken 6, yeah, guys, here there is a 13 frame, 14 frame, even 15 frame. Okay, let's not. 14 frame, 15 frame, 13 frame mid that is completely safe, super good, good properties, and it is +17 on hit.
Yeah, no, that's. I think that the hit system, like I'll tell you what is my tinfoil hat. This is all. There is nothing but this is just my thoughts and what I think happened. So we all know that Arada came out, Mike Murray, they came out with this thing that they want the weaker players to basically be able to win more.
It was a specific game designer at that table who said
that's exactly the point. And we all can imagine why this is the reason. Tekken is probably the most legacy tied game. It's always been like that.
Yeah, it's like the hardest fighting game. Like, we are already talking fighting games, which is a competitive game, which is hard to play, and then we are talking in that realm Tekken, which is the hardest one. Most people agree on this.
It's brutal. If you never play Tekken, you jump into Tekken. When you start to play online, it's a nightmare. It's the ceiling just to get started into the game is insanely hard.
Yeah, and it's knowledge, right? Because other games are King of Fighters is executionally incredibly hard. Like, for example, the older ones is incredibly hard, way harder than Tekken execution.
Oh yeah, no. Other games, 2D games, they have way more execution. Apart from certain characters, they have way more execution. We always say that. But it's like the point is knowledge, and not just knowledge. And don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not talking just about knowledge about knowing the matchup. Like, knowledge starts with knowing your character. And remember that the character with the shortest move list is Claudio, and he has 77 moves, and it's way below average, because the average I think is around 90 something. So that's the amount of knowledge you to have. Like, learning these moves and learning just how to pilot on a basic level, on a even just on a below average level, but to move your character smoothly that requires time, and it's very frustrating in this game. So giving you, at the end of the day, in every single round, you get twice a one button, potentially 40% damaging move.
Yeah, it's just
it's very comfy. And at the same time, with the hit system, I think they wanted it to do it in a way that wasn't ever done. That's why the hit system is like this. It's a meter that is not earned. It's just there. You have it per round. There. It's a resource that you have to use. Probably the most similar mechanic for someone that doesn't know. Actually, probably, let me pull up a video of this. For someone that is younger, probably does not know this gem of a game. This kind of hit system reminds me a lot of this other game. Where is it? Let me just find it. But basically, what they did.
Calibur thing?
No, I don't think I'm way more back. Here we go. I don't even know if you know
Bloody
this.
Raw.
This is such a good game. But at the same time, it's like this is the kind of game it reminds me of. Every time you started and you have your character could transform into an animal. This is a gem of a game. I hope it's gonna come back. It's such a good AP.
Yeah, a lot of people hope it's gonna come back in some point.
But it's not gonna. Hudson still has the things. But yeah, and this is the hit smash, by the way. This is a one button move, but we're gonna get there. So this is just you make this by pressure 1. Then it acts a bit differently because then you had to earn your meters, but that's how it used to work. You had your meter, you could transform into your animal, and you were getting monstrously strong. And that's how the hit system works. They wanted to give you this extra power at the end of the day. And they wanted to do it in an original way, not the classic meter that you earn and you spend and you earn and you spend. That's why I think they did this. I think as well that the major problem with the hit system is not the hit system itself, but the implementation of the hit system is not the best. Because as well, when Blackheart was saying the nerf list it will do to the hit system, my list would be more or less the same with a couple of differences. But at the end of the day, we all agree on the most things. Plus 17 is stupid, plus 5 for free every time you're finishing your hit is stupid. These things should not be. These kind of frames, which are always the key, the time manipulation that you have in Tekken, should never be so easy to access and so strong at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can see why they did it, because when you get someone in Tekken, you have so many interactions, right? Nothing is generic. In Street Fighter, it's more easy to get the grasp on normals because you don't need to know that many. The most important you need to know, because everyone in Street Fighter 6 is minus, apart from 1 or 2 normals per character. But in Tekken, it was always incredibly insane because, this down forward 1 is 15 frames. This down forward 1 is 14 frames and neutral. The jab from Asuka is minus on block. Like this kind of shit. But what it did was it created, even on hit, it created so many scenarios where it's whoa, I didn't know this option can work here. I didn't know you can do this option to avoid or modify defensively the situation. But now you have situations where rounds get decided. The core point is he landed a heat engage, I am minus 17. There is no option. There is no option for you to do.
I see why they did it. I see why all the hit engagers are plus 17. I see why all the
I also see why they want to simplify that shit to easy to understand use. But
because at the end of the day, there are two. I don't want to categorize or anything. I don't want to say high level, low level, but there are two kind of Tekken players around here, and I think we all can agree on that. There is the average Joes, and then there is the people that studies. The average Joes, that thing that they've done of everything is plus 17 or every dash on block is plus 5, is for the people like the average Joe. That it doesn't have to remember all the frame and the frame stacks. You don't need to study every single move for every single frames. But what this creates is basically when you do something like this for targeting that kind of players, it becomes a bit pointless because that kind of players, most of them, they don't give a damn about the frames themselves. They don't play by following the frames. The one that they play and they're interested in to study the frames are actually keen to learn every single different heat engager frame properties and frame interaction. Same thing for every single heat dashes on block. So basically, they did a mechanic. They implemented a mechanic in a way, targeted someone, implemented in the worst way possible, in my opinion. Because then you have moves like you have like the best two cases. What's Kazuya back 1-2, the one where he slams the 4. The
down back 1-2, yeah.
Down back 1-2. Yeah, Kazuya down back 1-2 is minus 18, minus 19. It becomes plus. It becomes plus 17 on heat engager. That's fine. It becomes plus 5 block, which is 24 frames change. And it's just so stupid. And then you see the counterpart, QCF4 from Dragunov, is plus 7 on heat, is plus 6 on block. But if you heat dash out of it, you get less frame, you get plus 5.
This is very unelegant.
It's
a very, very unelegant.
It looks bad. Yeah, it's very unelegant. That's the word. It looks bad.
It looks as you wanted to simplify something to an absurd degree, and the thing you wanted to simplify with this now is, it's completely wrong. It's like you had something complex and you forced simplification on it, which is why it looks absurd, right? It's like this is why this looks completely absurd. But I think actually very, very low level players get it, right? If I land a heat engage, they know they know because of the animation and how it looks like, how it feels like, that my opponent can't do shit here. They know it.
No,
and it's so obvious that I think it makes sense. But
getting a grasp on the frames doesn't mean like knowing the frame. The point is like you will need an advantage. Having an advantage on the heat engager, I think, is fair for the kind of style of the game, kind of design decision of the games and everything. You should get, at least in my opinion, a plus 10. It would be already way more than enough. A plus 10, it means that you can pull out a 19 frame move and your opponent cannot do shit. You cannot jump into it. You can sidestep if it's linear, but you create a kind of counterplay. You can create the mind stack, but you have the advantage. Plus 10 is a crazy advantage already.
Plus 10 is already fucked up, but plus 17 is it's exactly like it looks like, right? It looks like my opponent can't do shit here, right? And you don't need to know, is it plus 17? Is it plus 15? Is it plus 100? It literally doesn't matter because it's so much plus in the world of Tekken that your opponent can't do anything. He can't do anything. And it's not my problem that these situations exist. These situations are allowed to exist. They always existed in Tekken. We always had mix in Tekken. We always had mix. But we had not mix on moves like that to that degree. That is a kind of mix.
No.
We
always
never
been a three-way mix, never a two-way mix, never a 2D 50-50. That's the clear problem that people have with the game.
I mean, not even always. You had situations in Tekken 7 a lot where you landed a punish and it was literally a 50-50, but that was earned. It was not because like some random insane super safe long range ultra sick mid just hit. That is, you had to punish someone to create those situations. You had to literally punish someone to create those situations, and then you got rewarded with a relatively, if you compare it to Tekken 8, a relatively moderate risk-reward mix. But here in Tekken 8, if a random mid hits, brother, what happens? guys can, I mean, you have to be fucking honest about it. Think about it. Let's say we are playing on Into the Stratosphere.
Yeah.
In the round where the ground literally think about what game now the ground explodes. Yeah. So we are playing a game now where the ground is not breaking, but like literally exploding in your ass. And now let's say in this situation, you land a heat engage with, it doesn't even matter, Jin, Kazuya, whatever. You are in a double launching 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, think about this. This is incredible. Kazuya lands a forward 2. And now you are literally in a double launching 50-50. He can do, let's say super basic, he can spam another forward 2, which would be either plus 5 or launch, or he does Hell Sweep, which now with the heat extension will punch you into the ground, meaning the ground will now explode, right? And it is a launcher. You are now, because a random forward 2 hit you, you are now in a double launching 50-50. That is basically Akuma shit.
Yeah, don't talk about like you mentioned Floor Blast and everything. I play Brian, whatever stage you are with Floor Blast, I'm just happy. Or
Yes.
Floor Break. Because like literally I think I did a short. It's like with Brian, if you get a launcher for any ground break stage, is combo, you get to the wall, you don't even need to do complex stuff. You do the old Tekken 7, you do eat bar start the wall into the old Tekken 7 combo, and then is guess for your life. If you tech roll, you already got like 96 damage. If you tech roll, you get other 85 damage or whatever, because I taunt into Eat Smash, and you don't miss taunt into Eat Smash. And if you don't tech roll, I start to pancake flip you with a QC back 4.
Yeah.
It's like
And now
Go ahead.
Yeah. Look at one example out of Tekken 7, because in Tekken 7 we also had that shit, right? I'm not dishonest about this. Yeah, in Tekken 7,
there was
if
Akuma could do it as well.
No, just something like let's say you are on Forgotten Realm, the stage with the free floor breaks in Tekken 7. If you play Dragunov, up forward 4 into down 3-4 was a launcher.
I remember
he would hit you with this mid, and then he would kick you through the ground, and it was a launcher. Yeah. But that is what is this? That is a 20-something frame mid. That is, and it's only, you know what I mean? It's a 20 frame something mid on this stage. That is not, it's not a forward 2. It's not a fucking Demon Paw that does this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I have to say, I'm cool with the game. I play the game basically every day. I'm cool with it. But I don't see how you can change this without castrating the power level to a degree where the mass player base would feel like I'm getting robbed of my power. You have now created.
I honestly think I was thinking about this. Like, I have in my mind the two biggest problems that Tekken 8 has are, which cause as well the power creep, as well, which are partially cause of the power creep. Some of them are just the characters being too strong, but are basically the hit system, as we all clearly said. But as well, another thing is the tracking, rather than the tracking, the realignment. Because a lot of moves are very strong, but they're not very strong just for the property, are very strong because you cannot evade them. Because the movement, the sidestep in Tekken 8 is just the movement itself. How it moves, how much you move, how fast you move back and forth. It's probably the best it's ever been. It's so fluid. I love it. It's not Soul Calibur, but it feels closer to Soul Calibur, almost than Tekken. But the point that you cannot do it because Tekken 8 is so stringy and the strings just realign to you. It makes it so fucked up.
They have always done it, but the point you are still correct, because in Tekken 7 it didn't really matter because I had insane backdash. Like, I have a really good KBD, and when I play Zafina, I got accused multiple times of macros. I always told these motherfuckers that they can come into Discord and then I will show them hand cam. But the point is, you had such an incredible horizontal movement, even though Tekken 7 is already considered a game where backdash is nerfed. Tekken 7 is already considered a game
I know, I remember that.
Where backdash and movement is nerfed. But it wasn't a problem. But now, it now, like you said, it is a problem because my KBD my backdash and KBD is nerfed quite significantly for most 90% of the cast, 95% of the cast. So now the game wants me to rely on sideways movement. Everyone has said it. VDX has said it. And now you run into this problem of like, wait a minute. So a sidestep actually is way more of a guess than a backdash, right? A sidestep is way more riskier than a backdash. It is. Because you have homing options, you have tracking options. So now that shit needs to be reliably usable. But it is not, because of multiple reasons. Because of what you said, the move list is so high that so much that even a pro player can't know in every situation if this is a good step or not. They can't. It's impossible. But the other problem is,
you get a good step and you get tracked.
You get exactly. And it is not even knowable if you can get a good step, because this game is so crazy. Tekken is so unique in this aspect that I think Massive Zook has made a video about this. Did you ever logically think about, like, let's say you are 10 meters away from me, and you now start in real life, and you now start sidewalking me, yeah? And now imagine you are directly in front of my face, and you start sidewalking me. You need way less distance to travel around me.
It's angular momentum, I think.
Exactly. And every pushback situation, every unit of distance between me and you changes the behavior of moves tracking in this game. Every single unit of measurement is important when it comes to how moves are tracking. That is so deep that I don't even know if they wanted to. I don't even know what they have to do. Like, they basically have to do a Tekken Tag 2 Tekken Tag Tournament 2, where you could literally step mix-ups at -9. Which,
or maybe not -9, because but at the end of the day, would it be so crazy to step on -9 in this game with the crazy frames that there are?
It's a good question.
Honestly,
probably not. Probably not.
I honestly think if you make it steppable, like if you leave some of the things needs to be changed, but if you leave the things almost as they are, let's say, but you make actually strings steppable, some of the stances pressure mix-up steppable, no? What happens is that you have the higher level of player that starts to play with mix-up, and the attacking part that gets so you start to play with sidestep. The attacking part that gets sidesteps usually starts to play with his homing tool and becomes again the mind stack game. You know, it's like the classic. Okay, Brian is approaching. He's going to be back one. He's going to be Mac kick, and this is for the higher level of player. For the lower level of player, nothing will change because 3D movements is not something that you see in the beginner level, and you start to experiment with it in the average player level. And what happens is that maybe you sidestep something, but you are not crazy to react and punish on whiff, just because obviously it's something that you need to practice. So I will not see something as very bad. And actually, I would say something, in my opinion, I would love that. Like, it's something I would love. Like, not having every single string realigned. Because so many times I go clip just because I sidewalk a string, and then maybe I try to punish and it's still going with the string, and basically my hurt box become Majin Buu, and I just get clipped from almost behind him. And so the move out, the round after I have the same iteration, but what do? I wait more until the strings finish. But guess what? I waited too much, and now my punish gets blocked. So that makes it annoying. In my opinion, if I step something, I should be able to punish you. You should not be able to just look at me.
I mean, it's in Tekken. I mean, it's a really, because it's funny. I mean, everything you describe, basically, I also have had happened. But it's a funny thing that in a game that is 3D, you would expect that, okay, so it's a characteristic of Tekken that I have 3D movement. So you would actually expect that should be relatively intuitive and easy to use, but it isn't. Sideways movement, when a beginner wants to do it, because I mean, I play a 3D game, of course I will move, they get clipped left and right. Because sideways movement in Tekken, I would consider advanced. That is advanced shit, because actually what you are supposed to do is you have a read on exactly a group of moves you want to step, and you know you can step. The amount of knowledge you have to use sideways movement very precise is incredible. It is basically, it's funny that, I mean, it's just funny that in a game where you should think that this was like a easy option to use because it's a 3D game, no, it is anything but. It is incredibly high level to use sideways movement correctly. That is incredibly high level.
It's super
but so from that perspective, I would kind of like to see a buff to that, because let's face it. Let's say we play 2D. Yeah. Let's say we play 2D in Tekken. The power level that is going up your ass if you play on the horizontal axis is incredible. We are dealing with mids that are completely safe, that are plus 17 on hit. We are dealing with heat smashes that will give you a canned mix up on block and will destroy you on hit. We are dealing with this. So actually, when the threat on the 2D axis is so high, it is so high, actually the logical consequence would be either you buff backdash to an absurd degree, which you can't. They have done everything in their power to nerf it. The KBD is almost, it's not dead, but the KBD is almost at a point where it's not even worth learning. I have to be honest. It's almost at a
It's
point.
not needed. Trust me, it's not needed because I don't have a great KBD. I have some basics of KBD because I have to restart everything on the hitbox.
Yeah.
I can do some. It's not good. But
So we agree. It's basically at a point where
But you don't need it.
it's
You don't
not
need it.
even almost worth learning. So, and then on top of it, most players agree. I've not done the scientific test on it, but I'm pretty confident because with Jhin, for example, you can directly see it with his jab and down forward one. So they nerfed backdash and they buffed the hitbox horizontally at least of like 10% on almost every move. Which means on the 2D plane, this is why you feel like you can't get away. You can't get away. I can't get away from this motherfucker. Which means, actually, wouldn't it make complete sense to buff sideways movement, to make my sidestep really strong, that I legit, let's say that would be absurd. But let's say, just as a thought experiment, you would avoid basically almost anything but like dedicated tracking options and homing options. If you would avoid anything else in like frame situations where it would be reasonable, let's say neutral to like +1, neutral, -1, 2, 3, maybe 4. I think the game would probably be in a better state from that alone, because right now you get clipped by shit. The thing is, you are so afraid to step in this game because you know with the mids that can clip me, that can hit me, if they clip me, the reward on them is so high that I am basically dead. Which is why people are so afraid to actually use sideways movement.
Did you see that? Look, sorry if I interrupted. Did you just see what happened there? Like literally. Yeah, no. Look, this is exactly Tekken 8 in a nutshell. Like sideways. Did you see that? This is the problem with this game. The sideways movement is so fucked up. It's so fucked up. It clips and unclips. It's so annoying. I'm sorry. Again, I mean, Tekken has always been like this. Don't get me wrong.
Tekken has always had this kind of always been like this, but
it's
Tekken,
a 3D game.
But it had not, let's say, of random clips. Yeah, you didn't had this reward. You know what I mean? This is why everyone suddenly talks about it. It always happened, guys. This shit also, you remember the countless Harada moments in Tekken 7. We had email Harada. Everyone knows it. It always happened. But the kind of, the thing that is now in this game happening to you when you get clipped is so unreasonable that players now get way more aware of it. They get way more aware because suddenly you die if you get clipped in the wrong situation. You die instantly.
Yeah. But as well, having strong lateral movement, strong. No, I want to say strong lateral movement because lateral movement is strong in this game. When you sidestep, you actually sidestep. It's not in Tekken 7. It wasn't like this. Actually, the characters were all way fatter than this game. But like if you sidestep, if you sidewall, you actually sidestep. You actually sidewall. But if you will be way more effective, you will have actually a counterplay to these crazy strong moves that you don't have a counterplay. For me, the best instance are the demon pose, all the demon pose, and not just the Mishima demon pose. QCF 1+2 from Brian for me is a demon pose. 4-4 1+2 from Fang, that's a demon pose. It's a move that they cover all the mid range. They're safe. They're hit engagers. They're launchers. I don't know if all the demon poses are launchers, but and they track on one side, and they usually have some kind of tracking on the weak side as well, which is just crazy in my opinion. Then you have Kazuya that is full ohmic almost when he's in it.
Yeah, so, I don't know what. Like, I need to look in this. But this.
I know. You need to
his forward 2 in heat. That is egregious. What is happening there? When he is in heat, that is literally, guys. That is disgusting. Like this shit literally, guys, and this is a perfect move you brought up. When you look at forward 2 of Kazuya, are you shitting me? Like, they are telling me sideways movement is buffed, but then they are building moves in like this. Guys, there is footage I can show. This happens.
We all know. We are all been there. We all try to sidestep that because you see, like, the point is, if you play this game, even if you don't study the frame, you play this game, you see a move, you kind of get the hint of how the move wants to be counteracted. Okay, Demon Pole is a very streamlined, straightforward punch. Okay, so what you want to do when punch goes straight like a train against you, you want to move sideways. Okay,
Yeah, but
that's the visual
but
critical. But then
that
you
is true.
try, and you see that but it's not working. But at the same
But
time,
but why are they doing this with like in Heat?
I
Because
honestly
bro, it
don't
literally
know.
it
Even
hits
if it's
me.
not in it, because they're not easy to sidestep. For me,
No,
they
yeah,
should
but
be
not
like
in Heat.
Back
It's
for
not in Heat.
3.
It's actually not in Heat. It's actually sidesteppable. Pretty for me, pretty not. Let's not say it's an easy sidestep, but it's a doable. It's a really
It's a
doable
doable
sidestep.
one, yeah.
But when this motherfucker is in Heat, I get guy, bro. Gian, I'm more than 90 degrees. I'm almost behind him. I am almost behind him, and it hits me. It looks. Do you know the small pause that happens when this shit hits you? The small pause that happens when a Heat engager hits you. You have like you have the fraction of a second to see the picture in freeze, basically, what just happened, yeah?
Yeah.
And I was like laughing because Kazuya was punching basically in front of me. Not in front of me. I'm like, imagine, I'm almost behind Kazuya. I'm almost behind him. This fist is not connecting with me in any physical way, right? But then the small pause happens. Then the screen shifts back to the gameplay. The heat dash happens. Yeah, I'm launched. Suddenly, I basically clip from being 90 degrees, like almost behind him. Suddenly, boop, switch. I am launched. I'm directly in front of him. It looks so retarded. It looks so stupid when this happens. We're like, what kind of game is this? It's unbelievable. This shit is unbelievable.
I think as well. I'm honestly thinking as well that these kind of things are still in the game because I want to think. I don't think. I want to think. I want to believe. And this the benefit of the doubt that I give them for season 2. They've always been giving them since October. I've been saying this, that they are gonna come with some major change. That the game is gonna feel, and I hope and I want to think that the game is gonna feel different. It's gonna have at least the common sense changes applied to it. The common sense changes applied to it. Like like in my opinion, the demon pose, they should be as linear as Dragon of Back 4-3. That's how you're 1 pixel is a line. You are 1 pixel is a line. You're within the air. Why? Because anyway, I don't know about Reina, but every character has got his homing tool, to stop your opponent. It's like Brian is his elbow, he has his mach kick. Kazuya has his down forward too. Everyone has that. I mean, he has patricide fist.
I mean, it depends always on the character. Reina's forming tools are like a bit meh, but like Kazuya's.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. I don't know Reina. I don't know Reina, honestly. But then at the end of the day, you make it in a way that you balance these things character by character. If Reina has meh homing tools, doesn't have a real full homing approaching tool like these guys, then
that is why this heat shit was such a mistake. You can't in a game that has so much individual characters that are so different from one another. You can't put a system on top of that. That is, it doesn't work. That is why everyone says, wait a minute, isn't it a bit retarded that Feng's shoulder is like -18 on block, but when you heat dash, it's +17, and when you heat dash, it's +5 on block? Isn't that mega stupid? Yeah, that is because a game that has that level of individual characters with individual move list, a system, an overall encompassing system, is a bad idea, which is why everyone is. Do you know the heat gimmicks of the character, right? Like, let's say Hwoarang, for example, we see him on screen. Hwoarang, for example, he has like the unique things of like down back 4, suddenly into flappy kicks. It's a launcher.
Is that 10 frame country launcher as well?
He has 10 frame as well. Asuka has the tokens she can use to enhance her attacks. Like all of these heat gimmicks, yeah. Feng has back 1 and the jump,
guard break into back
guard break. So all of these heat gimmicks, do you realize that most of them, 99%, players don't complain about them really?
I don't mind that. I think they're fine.
Yeah, exactly. This is my point. Everyone is like basically, well, these heat gimmicks, these like individual things they give characters to make them more unique, they are actually really cool. But what people have a problem with is is legit just the frames. It's the frames on the universal heat stuff. Heat engager plus 17, heat dash plus 5, heat smashes all plus on block into a mix, right? The mid ones.
But that's why I think they're gonna change some of those. I honestly think they're gonna change. They're gonna change the frame advantages of things, or at least make them way more steppable. Or I don't know. I think they're gonna make a change for this because, like, for now, what we like the clear point that the community has made is that getting advantage in these games or hit on it and on block is just too simple.
Yeah, that is too simple. Yeah, that is too simple because when heat is actually it's such a fucking complicated discussion because heat actually is not the problem because when you look at Kazuya and heat, brother, what a cool character! Like holy shit, he has the stomp which is insanely unused. He has hell sweep extensions now where he stomps you into the ground. He has the parry, right? It's like the character changes in a way that I think is mad cool, but. Yeah. That is not the problem. The problem is not how Kazuya is in heat. I think he is mad cool in heat. The problem is the frames on the heat engagers, the heat engager frames on hit, on block, on heat dash. That is the fucking problem.
It's like let's make the classic round. I land an heat engager or I'm getting pressure and I use an heat burst. No? Okay, basically what happens? Okay, now is my turn. I stole the turn, I got my turn, I stole my turn and everything. Now I'm on it. Now you suck it up for 10 seconds, whatever, 7 seconds. You just get hit, you block, I chipped you. If I want to play simple, I chip you to that with every character you can chip. There are characters that chip way more, but with every character you can chip up way enough if you want. And then, okay, my hit is finishing. What do I do? Well, I have two choices. Save hit dash or just hit smash. And again, my plus frames anyway. That's the kind of thing. That's the too easy mechanic. There is no real counterplay, and that's how it is. Like Brian is not a character that plays by pressure at all. And you can play by pressure when you're on it, because like shit, you go on it, just jab them a couple of times. You do a super Mach punch does a shit ton of chip, and they never dare to go low to block low when you're Brian. So you just do 2 super Mach punch, and then if they're at the wall, you can try a guard break, or you just use a hit smash, or you just use a hit dash, and you are +5. Then what? Oh, I can throw an hatchet. Why not? Yes, it's interruptible, but who's gonna challenge me when I'm +5 most of the times? It's gonna go through. It's just too easy, and this is no high level Tekken. This is just brain dead Tekken, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say. But you can't. This is a problem. When you give the player base, also me, I don't know, bro. If you as a developer give me this kind of power in my characters, then if you then take it away, it's because look. Let's say they would change the heat shit to just a small thought experiment. They change it so that you have to build up the heat bar with, for example, landing 2 heat engagers or something. And then you can enter heat.
That's a cool idea.
But then players are maybe like, no, I want my power level to be more accessible because again, at the end of the day, we are saying things have to change and the health of the game. I will die on the hill, the game does mad numbers. The game does mad numbers still.
I haven't checked the numbers of the
it doesn't really matter how high it is. It matters that it is way higher than Tekken 7 ever was. That is the important part.
Oh, wow.
And that it is.
No, but anyway, the numbers are good. Yes, the numbers are good. I have to check. The numbers are. You cannot say are bad, but I think the numbers are in the yellow. They're in the okay range. I think they were expecting more. Honestly, a part of me thinks they were expecting more, but a part of me as well was happy when they saw the changes to Tekken, that they were going for something new. Before the hit system completely materialized in front of me and I had hands-on tried. I think that having like a good balance would be something like you just mentioned, having the hit rechargeable, but you start with hit anyway. No one watches it on Twitch. No one watches it on Twitch as well, but At the end of the
I
day,
checked
you have
the
to look
numbers
at the
on that.
player
It's not
base.
true. It's not true. It has the same numbers. You
It's
can
like-
check it. Twitch has you have a Steam stat page for Twitch numbers. It's the same as like Steam charts. It has literally the same numbers, almost the same numbers, a little bit higher, like 200 on average than Tekken 7 has. Like I got the numbers, guys. Like I can.
but I don't
there's
think-
no debate about this.
I don't think, but I don't think it's. I think it's like he gets like Tekken. Guys, we are not talking Fortnite. We are not talking Marvel Rivals. We are talking Tekken here. Okay, it's let's be
Yeah,
very
it's-
clear.
No,
Like,
wait, let me say one thing.
Remember
Let
that
me-
we are the niche of the niche of the games. Okay.
Yeah, we are. Anyways, let me say one thing. You know, the thing is, I dislike things about this game. But brother, I have more playtime again than like 99% of every people I have spent. I don't even want to say this publicly because people will think, oh god, you are one of those. But guy, I spent like $100 or something in the Tekken store. I just bought that shit out, bro.
Because yours.
Because what am I gonna do? I like those costumes. I want them, right? They are not giving them for free, so I'm gonna buy that shit because I play basically every character. So I don't give a fuck. But my point is, I get the people like, for example, let's say Planted Medusa, that wanna. If you hate a game that much, and we have people right now that do not enjoy this game at all, right? Like for example, Chad, he still is on his pause basically, right?
Yeah.
He still plays the game, but he's like basically on a Tekken pause. And I get it. When you dislike something that you actually like that much, because every Tekken player who hates the game is actually someone who loves Tekken, right? That is the funny part. And if you loved something that much, and suddenly it turns into something you hate, you want this to not succeed. It's natural, right? You don't want it on an emotional basis, right? You don't want it to succeed.
Because if you
it is
succeed,
not
it's going to
allowed
stay
to
like this
succeed.
in the long time. It's very simple that if you stay.
And that is why people always ignore when or people don't want to talk about, oh, wait a minute, actually, yeah, the numbers are way higher than Tekken 7. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to talk about it. Not you or like chat or something, but like in the comments and stuff, right? I always reply with this. I'm like, check the charts on this. Like, just check it. And they're like, I don't get any replies. You know what I mean? I don't get any, because suddenly people don't want to talk about numbers. But when it's Concord, right? Then when it's some dog shit Sony ass $200 million bullshit game, then everyone takes Steam charts to clown on the game. You know what I mean? Like, just. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, I did plenty of videos. I always talk about numbers. I love to talk about numbers, and I constantly checking the Steam charts and everything, because that's at the end one of the best indicators that you can have for success or for see how things going.
Yeah, exactly. Are
If you
people
want to see
actually
like
playing
Clive,
the game?
people enjoy Clive? Is people coming in the game for Clive and everything? Go to see the Steam charts so you understand and you see the numbers.
And also the funny part, you played Final Fantasy 16, yeah?
I'm still playing it. Yeah,
I met so many people who started playing Final Fantasy because of this. It is literally funny.
I said it. I think I said it at my collows. Like this collaboration was way more successful for Final Fantasy 16 than for Tekken, especially for how Final Fantasy 16 was. That is not like, it wasn't nothing like 15 that it lasted for years and years and years. Final Fantasy 16, it came out, it came out, and it died straight after. And I'm playing it now. I think I'm playing it very slow because it's like my single player game.
I mean, Final Fantasy is a weird thing. They said both like 15 and 7 sold way below expectations. So I don't know what's going on there.
Well, I don't know. Square Enix is Square Enix, honestly. I had kind of the debate with a guy when I was live once, because like Final Fantasy 16 is a bit like Tekken 8. Is the Final Fantasy, there is no Final Fantasy. You could make this for half of the Final Fantasy franchise by now, but Final Fantasy 16 is not a RPG at all. It's not a JRPG at all. And whoever tells me there is a JRPG...
Wait a minute, one thing in chat, right? Someone says the fact that the numbers are the same as Tekken 7 is a failure. The numbers are not the same. Tekken 8 has way higher numbers.
It still has higher numbers. It still has higher numbers. If you compare it to the peak of Tekken 7, it still has higher numbers.
Yeah, and the peak was...
The peak was after some years. Consider that this technically for the company should not be considered the peak of Tekken 8. The peak of Tekken 8 should come after the game settles in a very nice balance moment, because that's when it's going to generate more hype for the for the, as well for the pro scene, and people is gonna start to watch the game again, and people is gonna jump back into the game because the copies are sold already. So the people that is gonna play the game for 10 years, the copies are sold. They already have the game. Now you just have to bring them back to play, all of them. And that happens with balancing and everything. Season 2, look at the number of Season 2. They're going to be way bigger than Heihachi.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing also when it comes Tekken 7, I made this is such an important factor that everyone is ignoring about this. The fact that this Tekken 7 ran on a potato. Tekken 7 was such a low-end game that it literally ran. I know this because I had a PC system from 2012, and it ran on there beautifully. And Tekken 8, many players have switched to PlayStation 5 because they only played basically Tekken, and they did not want to upgrade expensively their PC. So they just said, let me get a console on this. And those numbers we don't have. If we take those numbers also into consideration, and we can only guess about them, Tekken 8 is doing fantastic, 3 times, 4 times more than Tekken 7 easily.
I think that this kind of thing of Tekken 8 is not doing great in everything is because Bandai didn't release the number yet on the sales. So people is saying, okay, they didn't release it. It sold the less.
But we don't need the numbers on the sales. We have the Steam charts.
No, but the sales are a big factor at the end of the day, because if the game sold already, if the game like put it until they don't confirm it at the end of the day. So far we know the game sold at least 2 million copies. We don't know if he sold 3 or not. To me, it sounds weird that he hasn't sold at least 3 million copies now after a year, and I think they're waiting for some kind of big.
Okay, maybe you're right, but I don't. Maybe you're right. Okay, I give. But my point always is, you know, we know how many people play it. We know, and look with Tekken 7 when they always announce their fucking sale numbers, brother. You and me know the game was so cheap to buy. I bought keys. I bought a Tekken. I have 3 or 4 copies of Tekken 7. I own Tekken 7 4 times. What my friend owns Tekken 7 and every single DLC for it 3 times.
Yeah, no, I know. I have Tekken 7 twice as well.
Exactly. You already said once you have it twice. So look, we already inflate this number so high, and the game was so cheap to buy, and Tekken 8 is not, which means every single people play it more, the game sold, and every single copy that is sold of Tekken 8 values way more than Tekken 7. We are 1 year into the game is still $30. Tekken 7 1 year into the game you could get for $5.
Now, as well, I think what Arad as well was saying as well, and I think you have to take in consideration, then I will move to the question because I think it's a very nice question, is that Tekken 7 is only on PS5, and especially this, he always pulls out this when he speaks about Street Fighter 6, because I think Street Fighter 6 is on PS4 as well, right? Am I wrong?
Yes, Street Fighter 6 is on PS4. It has a PS4
now
version.
It's like at the time, like 1 year ago, this conversation was still a bit more topic. Now like PS5 is very widely available, but at the same time, I think we are in an era where PC gaming is coming back a lot. PS5 is not being the classic update that everyone was doing like it's been with the PS4. PS4 was way more successful than PS5 by far, because you had way more games to play. It was way more enjoyable system to look around, because now if you go on a PS5, there's nothing to play. It's nothing to play on. Like nothing that you can play on the PS5. So it doesn't justify the purchase and everything. So I think that's as well. There is a lot of people that are still stuck to Play 4, and maybe hence why there's nothing about, oh, that's Tekken, I'm gonna buy it. But it's the conversation you can leave over there, because it's not much of an argument. It's just, again, team for your hat and everything. But I wanted to move to this question, which I find very nice, which is, do you guys think the game will change greatly over time? I don't play like arcade time of Tekken 7. Is Tekken 7 at the first time versus the end of the time? Is it that big of a difference?
Yes.
So, yes. Yes.
I have played the Tekken 7 arcade build. You can also play it if you have a PC. You can emulate this arcade build. Either the version 1 or like Fated Retribution with Akuma. I played that. Yeah, it's way. But even
different. Just season 1, even just like I didn't play that, but I played season 1 and season 1 to season 4, season 4.5 or 5. It's like night and day. Wall crash, wall bounce, and all this stuff. It's like
Yeah, so the biggest change, this was probably the biggest update where they used Tekken 7 to test the waters for Tekken 8, which is why they changed tech rolls. They changed it not because of Akuma. Like either, okay, look, maybe I'm gonna eat my words here if Akuma should ever come back. But in my opinion, I will always die on the hill. They changed the tech roll system not because of fucking Akuma, because then they would have just changed Akuma. Duh, makes sense. They have changed it because as a test for Tekken 8, because they wanted to simplify Oki. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy.
The wall crush is like the wall
Exactly.
crush, Lydia,
The wall crush.
Pacom Ram, Leroy, all these characters, they have kind of gameplays or mechanics that were all things that we all see very well implemented in Tekken 8. Like what the Leroy is the first character with an install. His cane was a very weird and new things that we've seen in Tekken. One button move that you can use once per game. You have access since the beginning.
But this question is actually hard to answer because if you take even arcade, if you look at arcade version Tekken 7 and compare that to season 4, it is different, but honestly, it's not that different than Tekken 7 is to Tekken 8. That's the funny part.
No, obviously not, because Tekken 8 is being revolutionary. It was like,
yeah, that is the funny part. So Tekken 7 to Tekken 8, you have to imagine the difference is insane. And the difference between Tekken 7 Arcade to Tekken 7 Season 4 is big, but like you still play Tekken 7 basically. You still play Tekken 7.
But the game is substantially different.
The difference from Tekken 7 to 8 is it's so big that it's almost at a level where it's two different games. Not really, but it is incredibly different.
It's not, but the game was so different that it was way more enjoyable to play at the end on Tekken 7. Tekken 7 beginning, even not just arcade, but just Tekken 7, had some things in the game that were just completely bonkers. And at the end of the game, Tekken 7 was mostly a very well-balanced game. I mean, there was not the character is like apart Leroy season 3, the Leroy in season 3.
I mean, it's but the funny thing is Tekken 7 was pretty balanced, a bit apart from, as you right now mentioned, Launch Leroy. But you know what the funny part is? Tekken 8 is probably the best balanced Tekken ever.
Yeah.
Because Tekken 8, everything is broken.
Everything
is the power level is so high. Yeah. And even the worst, if you could mathematically figure out the worst character in Tekken 8, he would slaughter Tekken 7 characters completely.
Oh well, but that's the game systems. But it's like at the end of the day, on the rank match, like guys, just to make it clear, if you are not God of Destruction, it's not because you are not playing a top tier character.
Yeah, as Momodog always says, says,
accept this of yourself. You wanna rank up. You are not getting your rank up. You are not getting your Tekken King, Tekken Emperor, Fuji. It's not because, I play my character, but my character is normal. Everyone says the Raven is shit, so that's why I cannot get. I'm saying Raven just because I'm pulling a character that people usually say there is nothing great. Is not because of that.
Immortal would also say this. If you were ask Immortal, is it because of Raven that I can't get GOD? Immortal would tell you no, it's because you're just not good enough. And this is why I'm always very, very, very careful with because I play basic in Tekken 7. I played everything: Mishimas, Akuma, Grappler. Doesn't matter. But I'm always really careful because I walk in the shoes of those characters. I walked and walk in those shoes, which is why I'm always really careful with what I open my mouth about. Because when people flame Ling, and I then notice, wait a minute. You don't even know the situation after forward 3 of Ling on block or on hit. What clown are you? Like, this is where I'm like, Tekken players, this is what I hate about Tekken players. I had this rant about it. I hate it when people do this and they open their mouth about like, what you have GOD? Who did you play? Ling. Lol, Ling. Fuck.
That's why you have GOD.
Or Yoshi or Dragunov. No. And then you always have to ask him, wait a minute, good sir, do you have a Yoshimitsu, God of Destruction? No, I don't. Oh, okay. But and this is like, shut the fuck up. Like, this is...
No, I agree. Because like people, to me, it was the same. Like, it happened to me a couple of times. I've been with Brian. I think I remember this guy was a Lily main. Okay. It's a couple of patches ago. We were talking like 4 or 5 months ago. I beat him with Brian, and then He one and downs me, and then he texts me. He texts me on the PS, of course. He texts me, and he's like, carried. Yeah, just because you're carried. I was like, oh, well, you are playing. Oh, no, I think I answered him, like, why would I be carried? It's because I'm playing Brian, man. It's like, yeah, because that's why you're carried.
There, you have to do it. I always do it. When this happens to me, and I said this, right? You probably didn't watch this the rant, but one guy was like was so stupid that he called me carried in Tekken 7. It was the same in Tekken 7. He called me carried or like whatever, blah blah blah. I was on an Anna run, and he said I'm carried by Rage Art. So he didn't even know that Anna obviously has a 13-frame Rage Art which she can punish with. It wasn't a Rage Art like Panic. I punished with the Rage Art, and that idiot didn't even know that this was obviously a 13-frame Rage Art punish which you could do in Tekken 7. And this guy was so stupid, Gian. He said he plugged me. And he said, I will always plug like turtle motherfuckers like you. You are carried by Rage Art and some shit. Then I explained to him that is a retard. And then he said to me, he literally said, I'm not. I have this comment. I can show you this comment. It's still there on my Steam page. He said, but what did I expect from stupid Nina players like you? Now you will notice I said I didn't play Nina. I played Anna. That should tell you this guy was so stupid and so not paying attention that he thought I was playing Nina Williams, but I was playing Anna. He didn't even know the character he was facing against Gian. That is how scrubby and retarded Tekken and fighting game players in general are.
No, not all of them. Not all of them. No, let's not, I don't want to
No, of course not all of them. I have
like,
again, not all of them.
Guys,
wait. Not all of them. I have 50% wonderful comments, but the other 50% is the most retarded, brain-rotted shit you have ever seen.
It's incredible. It's like, don't get me wrong, guys. I've been in a situation that I was literally thinking, oh no, I'm not getting my promotion because I'm playing Brian, and Brian is a difficult character to play. You know what? I took some coaching, a couple of sessions, and I just learned some fundamental things. Huh?
I'm just responding to someone. I'm perfectly chill, bro. If I'm not chill, I would I would no longer be allowed to be on this platform if I'm not chill.
But it's like you get some.
No, coaching. Wait. What? No, bro. What is toxic are the people who write this shit to Gian and who write this shit to me. What I am doing right now is a perfectly reasonable response to people who are retarded. Is it not? Is it not? It is a perfectly reasonable.
I'm not stopping you, man. No, but it's true. The point is, you have people that just like run their mouth for no reason, and it's like. I used to be someone that was getting upset and saying, "Oh, this guy just win because he plays a bullshit character," And then I started to think, "No, let me try the bullshit character." And then what? Oh, I couldn't do shit, Or I acknowledged that I was losing. I acknowledged that I was losing because I don't know the matchup. It's me that I get clipped by this shit, and it's my fault not knowing that.
Okay, but wait, one thing. Hugh, do you speak Hugh? Is that like the guy Huy? Because he said if the game is gonna greatly change over time, if the game is gonna greatly change, Gian, do you think this game is gonna greatly change over time or not?
So I think it's gonna have always the same footprint. I think it's gonna be always way aggressive. I think it's gonna be always be focused on aggression because that's what they want, and I can see them working. Because you see, like, sometimes you have that match against an aggressive, like in an aggressive game, you can still have defensive players. But the point is you need defense to be effective. So I think it's going to change a lot, yes. And I think we are going to see new mechanics coming in. Like, not want to say wall bounce, but in the same way that the wall bounce was inserted into the game in Tekken 7, they are going to put a new mechanic in, a new interaction. I just hope that when they do these kind of things, and I think that introducing this kind of mechanic is a great change to the game. But I hope that before they introduce this kind of mechanics, they focus the first 2 years into make a nice wrapped package, enjoyable system to play. before they start to.
What does that mean? Because this is the problem, right? For a lot of people right now, if I go by like, this game is not dead, bro. A lot of people enjoy exactly this system. So we are obviously biased because we are basically Tekken 7 or older, like old Tekken players. So it's a problem, right? You say enjoyable. I still play it every day, this game. I enjoy it quite a bit, but like, I don't, what? It's difficult. It's difficult.
It's difficult. So I think the Tekken devs, they did understand one thing. So they made an aggressive game to make beginners player winning more and everything, and yada yada yada. Okay, but they didn't understand one thing, that if you make a very defensive game anyway, beginners player, they're not gonna play defensively. They're still gonna experience an aggressive game, and nothing is gonna change. It's not that you make an aggressive games, they feel more rewarded, because at the end of the day, they're just clashing with never blocking. That's how it is.
Okay, but look.
So you basically have the... Oh, go ahead.
Because you say people will play it anyways. Yeah, probably. But this game is now being played more than Tekken 7. And so
do you see this game lasting as long and having the same growth that Tekken 7 has?
Definitely.
Because... No, it's not going to die. But having the same player consistency that Tekken 7 had. Tekken 7 got saved by pandemic as well, huh?
Yeah, the pandemic is a factor. Let's just say, you know what? Let's be gracious to Tekken 7 and let's say the pandemic didn't happen, yeah? Let's just say the numbers it just happened, yeah?
Not saying it does not deserve the number, because Tekken 7 at the end is an insanely good game. It is an insanely good game.
Yeah, but so okay. Yeah, I think so, because look, guys, DNF Duel was a bad game for the most. When it comes to fighting games, the definition of most players would consider DNF Duel a bad game mechanic-wise. That game was dead after 1 month. It was developed, it had also 7,000 players or something on launch day. That game was literally dead. Literally dead, I'm talking 200 player Steam charts after 1 month. That game was developed by Arc System Works, the king of 2D games, the king of anime games, the king of anime fighters. That game was dead after 1 month. Yeah, that is how it looks like when a game is not a success and it dies very quickly. We are almost now legit 1 year, a year into Tekken 8. This game is stable. It is.
It is stable, but at the same time, and it's stable because Tekken 8 is not the DNF Duel. It has a way more hardcore player base that will always be there for the game at the end of the day. Because like you cannot compare Tekken 8, Street Fighters, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear. Yes and no.
I think you can compare Street Fighter, because Street Fighter in 2D games is also quite unique with its relatively grounded footsie approach.
Still, no. But it's like for the kind of fan base and for the kind of fan base and name that they have, you cannot compare them with Grand Blue Fantasy. I don't want to say King of Fighters, because King of Fighters, guys, used to be huge, but now King of Fighters is what it is. It's like these games are a bit more like niche. It's like. That's the point. But at the end of the day, nowadays, the gaming industry is way less forgiving than what it used to be. So if Tekken does not perform, if, like, let's say people is not happy with the game, if people stays unhappy for the game another year, the game is never going to die. The core audience, I don't think, is happy. The average... not the hardcore, the core audience.
I don't know. The core audience turns still, even after Clive now, turns up every week to play this game. I don't know. The core audience, then where are they? I mean, they're playing the game.
Let me say, no, wait, but it's divisive. Yeah, no. I'm not saying that you are not enjoyable the game. I still think that the people is giving the benefit of the doubt to the game in general, because they know how the game works. And
but how long are you doing it? I wouldn't do it.
Do
you know what I did with DNF Duel? I played it for 1 month. I was like, this Hitman motherfucker is a fucking asshole. I don't like this. This magic fucking wind magic guy goes on my dick. I don't like this. I dropped the game.
But the difference is that you have interactions with Tekken in the past. You know that the game not being perfect at the beginning, they always reveal himself being a good game. And usually, especially with Tekken 7, you saw how every season brought anyway fresh air to the game and improvement to the game. So that's why you're waiting this season 2.
But there are also people have, for example, Rip's opinion is Tekken 7 Season 2 was the best for him, and he thinks the game got worse over time because he dislikes Season 3 and 4 more, if I now quote him correctly.
Well,
so also
doesn't...
it's so difficult. Everyone has like different, I don't know.
Yeah, no, we don't have a crystal ball, so we cannot see. I don't feel like the point with Tekken is such a big franchise that I don't see dying. Tekken 8 did not start where Tekken Tag 2 started, which was after Tekken 6. And but Tekken 8 finds himself a bit more into the Tekken 6 situation. It comes after what is considered one of the best, if not the best Tekken ever.
I don't know, I haven't played it. I haven't played Tekken 5.
Tekken 6 came out after Tekken 5 and Tekken 5 DR at the end of the day. So that's the point. It's like Tekken 5, like for me, Tekken 5 is still like as a package, Tekken 5 PS2, the disc is the best Tekken you can buy as a game. Yes,
yeah, but that is PS2 era. I mean,
yeah, but it's like but it's like is the mental thought, is the thought process. Then you are more competitive. After that, they released Tekken 5 DR, which is basically a remastered Tekken with 2 new characters and an online system, which is basically what brought the modern Tekken tournament, and they brought Tekken to competitive games, really to competitive games. There have always been tournament, but Tekken 5 DR has been the first one pushing on them. And then after that, keeping up with that legacy is always going to be hard and impossible. Now, Tekken 8, even like, I don't know what the Bandai was thinking, but I was always of the mind that Tekken 8 would never perform like Tekken 7 in sales and in the long game. Then now he's doing the numbers, but you have to think about this game is going to be 8 years. It's going to last 8 more years. So...
Okay, I don't know if this game lasts 8 years, but I mean, they said something about like this game is here to stay, but I don't know what they mean by this.
But they always do. They do a Tekken every 6, 7 years, 8 years. How long? I don't know about this because this one is not
No. Tekken 6 came out on console 2009, and then Tekken 2 came out 2012, and then Tekken 7 came out actually 2015, but then 2017. So 5 years. It depends. It depends.
It depends. I think like the tags are always like it's a bit of spin-off.
Tekken 7 was the longest staying entry ever.
Yeah, it was.
Like with insane. It's actually crazy, actually.
It was. But I think that's the kind of idea that they have now. They want to do this kind of like, especially with the shop and everything, they can sustain themselves for a while. So I honestly think this is not gonna be. This is definitely. This is not the game that is killing the franchise. This is the game that is trying to revolutionize the franchise. Is he going to do it? I don't know, because I'm not sure if Tekken 9 is going to have the hit system. No. I'm thinking about that, and it's not that I'm not sure. I don't want to say I'm not sure that because like, oh, you will see he's not going to have it. I just don't know if he's going to have it or not. He might have it and he might not have it. That's
they are not going to tone this down to a degree where a hardcore or even core player of it would be satisfied with it. They are not going to tone it down to a degree where you would, because again, Blackheart also said it's fun to use it. You now went with a philosophy into this game. If you now water this down, this game could actually become more, let's say, in the eyes of some people, this game, if you now break with your initial philosophy of making Tekken 8 what it is, if you now break with this game could turn into way more of like, it doesn't know what it wants to be dog shit. So, and they are not going to do it. They are not going to do it. You will forever have insane mix in this game, and you will lose to guesses where, in older Tekken games, someone could not force a guess on you that easily. This will always happen in Tekken 8. That is here to stay. If anyone thinks otherwise, you are on the wrong game. You should quit this game. This game will not, in Season 2, 3, 4, 5, give you anything you want from it. It will forever have aggressiveness, insane mix, huge frame advantage on hits and blocks. It will forever, as long as this game is out here, it will be like this. They will not remove this.
I think it's going to be the footprint, but I think they're going to tone it down. But now, this is going to be the last question as well, because like I have to go as well myself now. But if Tekken doesn't get a change, and if Tekken always is going to be on this not hated but divisive moment with his fan base, and you have something like this coming out,
I mean, that's fake, right? I mean, that's just.
Like, this is
engine,
not. Yeah, no. This is. Let me clear. Like, guys, this is pre-development footage. We all know this is not the gameplay.
No,
But
you know. Wait. You know this, but
Well,
I've seen a lot of people. No. I have seen a lot of people look at this, and they were literally thinking this is basic. This is a playable demo, basically they have, and it's not. It's literally a pre-rendered engine shit. This is completely fake, guys.
This is a cutscene in engine.
Yeah, this is a
cutscene in engine. Then
Yes.
all these moves can be assigned to a button and executed after you press a button, and they're gonna act like this. Yes, you can, but this is not two guys playing. Okay, this is not the Titanfall 2 trailer. If someone had the luck to see the trailer when
This is pre-rendered. This is literally like this is fake.
this is a cutscene. No, but it's in game engine though. This is how they look.
Yeah, but do you remember the Luminos engine trailer over 10 years ago?
Yeah, no,
for
but you
Final
don't
Fantasy?
survive. You don't survive anymore if you do this kind of bullshit. Like, the point is, if this, and that's why you see this game how it looks. It looks great visually, but it's like, this is realistically what I would expect a game to look. It's not too much. I would not say it's too much.
Well, I mean, you can make it look like this. You can with current. You can, but
not animation, like not fluency of interaction. The animations. That's
no. You could also do it. You can revolutionize this by like doing interpolation of frames or like putting this at 120 frames on. You can. I mean, you can actually
that would
do
be
crazy
crazy
shit now, but no one has probably the technical balls to do something like this in fighting games.
Yeah,
they could if they wanted to. They could do this. But guys, I'm gonna be honest with this. This type of stuff you see right now on screen coming from Sega, don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm insanely skeptical when it comes to this Virtua Fighter project. I want this game to be good, and because the best thing that can happen to fighting games is you have good products that rival each other to become better.
Competition. That's the best thing for business, guys.
That is the best thing you can have. So I want this game to be exactly what you see on screen, basically. I want it. But I'm honest, guys, Sega, we are not talking about like 20 years ago Sega, right? Like we are talking about or like more than 20 years. I'm sorry. I am really fucking careful, and I would be skeptical, because if you are skeptical about this, you can't be disappointed.
So for me, like what I wanted to bring out is like, so what I think about this is like this video, just to make it clear, this video gave me, is like, I don't believe anymore in hype culture. I'm too old for that. If I see a game that I really want and everything, I see a trailer that I love, I'm not gonna be there anymore watching for every single trailer they release on everything, or watching 10 times the same trailer. Okay, I don't do that anymore. Apart from Hideo Kojima, because he's, or Miyazaki, they are the two. But this game gave me that effect of, I was watching it over and over, knowing very well that it's a cutscene. But at the same time, then I watch Maximilian Dood reaction, okay, and he said something that really stick with me, which is, nowadays, if you show something that is not gonna be what you're intending to sell, you don't survive anymore in the business. If you say I'm gonna do A and you deliver B, nowadays
Cyberpunk, it worked out.
Exactly, you die.
They didn't die. The Cyberpunk sold greatly.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
And they got away with it. Cyberpunk got away with it.
They saved it. But it's like it's probably gonna be, after that one and No Man's Sky are probably gonna be the last two games that survived that kind of instance. Because I don't think a niche game like Virtua Fighter, if he has a launch like Cyberpunk or anything, is gonna die. Like Mortal Kombat 1 died at the end of the day. It lasts 1-2 years and it is dead. It's dead.
I don't. Is it actually? Again, I don't know. Is it dead? Can I not play this online
anymore?
Because
Mortal Kombat 1 is not supported. Is not supported anymore by Warner Bros.
Is it? I mean, I thought they are gonna do another tour, or like I don't know.
They will finish to release the season 2, and that's it. They announced it. I'm pretty sure they announced it that Mortal Kombat 1 is finished. It's gonna keep on going. The servers are gonna be on, but that's it.
Okay, but the thing is, you say dead. For me, DNF Duel is what is a dead fighting game, or Eunice is what is a dead fighting game. But I can still play. I can now buy Mortal Kombat and have a good ranked experience, right?
Yeah, you can still play, but the game is not going to be supported. And
okay, but that's okay. But Mortal Kombat never supports their games that long.
Well, they have multiple seasons, no? I don't think they do 2 seasons.
Mortal Kombat X, like how long was that officially supported with like new content and stuff? Wasn't it also only 2 years?
Don't think so. I mean, I know that very quickly, but now that's a good question now. But for what I see, I
it
know
doesn't
that
matter. I mean, people. I
anyway.
get people. They hoped for more of MK1. People, but okay, with MK1, people also are very, very dislike. The game is disliked, which means when
It's the
let's be
Cameo
honest
system.
about it.
No one likes the Cameo system.
Yes,
I don't
no
know
one
why they
likes
put, like,
it. No,
it's like, come on, why do you go with the Cameo system? in
yes,
2025,
almost
guys?
no one
Come
likes
on.
it, which means people also want to hate on it, which is okay. It is fine. Let's okay,
But
Virtua
like
Fighter.
to stick on Virtua Fighter. Okay, I like what stick with me from that video is that they will not release something like this nowadays. Something that looks like this. Advertising that is not
Then why
is, not actual gameplay.
Yeah, okay,
If the
okay.
end product will not look similar enough, because let's be real, like this.
Then ask me something. Then let me ask you something. Then why would you release this in the first place?
Because you believe in what you're creating and it's gonna be close enough. I'm not saying close enough to this sequence. This is pure movie, but this landing, this blocking to counter it into animation, and is basically his approach over there. That for me looks
I don't know.
super legit. This interaction for me is non legit. This one I would never see it in game. I don't expect to see that in game. Hig that does a keep and the guy does a low under the keep, that one is too much. But this part I might see possible. The point being, if Tekken 8 divides the community like this, like he's doing now, and he keeps on doing in the next year, okay, and then you have a game like this that releases and is actually good, is actually what it was promising. Then,
but why do this in the first place? Why are they doing it? Why not, if they are that confident, wait a little bit or present me with an actual one round of Virtua Fighter, the new Virtua Fighter, that I can actually see that. Why present me with a concept trailer that can create problems? Because, like you say, it can create. I saw those people that were convinced this is basically gameplay. These people, you create expectations that you will fail. Why do it in the first place? Why not wait?
Because at the end of the day, Virtua Fighter used to be a one of the big franchise in fighting games, but is at the end of the day no more, because it's been dead for like that. There is Ultimate Showdown.
Because you remember the first Tekken 8 trailer, yeah?
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, I see.
We got it, and we got a full round, which was really close. Again, it was graphically like 10% better what we have now. The
Jin versus Kazuya? No,
exactly.
It was a different game. The Screw was still the Tekken 7. Was Tekken 7 with Tekken 8 graphic. That trailer. They just gave you some animation.
But it was close enough of what like the end models, the quality looked like. It was close enough. Oh, yeah. It was like 10% better, but it was close enough. But with this type of shit, you need to be really careful, because in my opinion, this can turn into a really big mistake if what you put out at the end is not comparable to this.
I think that's what you said is completely true. I think this is a gamble. It can be very bad. It can be very good. I think that I want to think that if you are someone that is responsible for this kind of decision, you're very well aware of the backfire that you potentially might have, and you don't want to have. You don't want to take this risk if you are not very well aware of what you're developing, what you're already developing. So I honestly think what I want to say is like that if this game does well and Tekken 8 stays in this gray area that it is now, because it's not hated, it's not loved, but it's kind of divided into. There is people that still plays it, but it's a bit meh, and there is people that likes it, obviously. You might lose a big chunk of people. Can I quickly
address look? It's not Alblaster. It's not about like just the graphics or something.
No, the graphics are right.
It's about that this is clearly a concept made in an engine this is not playable. This is not playable for you. And if you remember what kind of shit we saw in engine, go on YouTube and search out the first Luminous trailer for the Luminous engine. This kind of shit, we are talking about Sega here. Sega is not Sony with like a $300 million budget for a game like this. And you need to be careful what kind of expectations you create. Also gameplay wise, you create images in people's minds of how the game would look like. And if this doesn't come pretty close to what the end product is, you have a problem. You have a big problem.
Nowadays it's a big problem. Because nowadays they don't forgive you on that.
So, and here basically with this kind of stuff, they made it more cinematic. But in the end, look, I'm really mad about this trailer still, right? Because when I saw this trailer, I was like, you motherfuckers, you are doing an Ubisoft on me. And you know they did it, because if you look at this stage right now in the game, it looks way worse. This is like way worse than this.
This is working on two 4090. It's running on two RTX 4090 together. But like that, I like that they did the perfect electric over here. But you see the screws.
But it is close enough, right? Like the body of Kazuya, the body of Jin, the amount of detail. That is literally, you can create a screenshot in Tekken 8 that looks like this. Like, no problem, you can do that.
But what I would say, like, to go back to what you were asking me,
the lighting is a big thing,
yeah. The lighting in this game, the rain, the smart usage of the rain and the water on it. But what I would say is, like, why do the kind of trailer taking the risk? It's like they released that trailer on the NVIDIA RTX series, like RTX 50 series reveal of the graphics card, which is a massive event. Because as well, it's not something that is just related to gaming. It's something that is related to probably one of the biggest share company of interest of the last year.
Yeah, it's true. So if honestly, if the graphics of Virtua Fighter can be sick, that would be already half the selling point. Because let's be honest, that's the reason why people buy.
I'm expecting the graphic to be there. Honestly, what I don't expect is the fluidity on the gameplay. That one I would not expect that, but I would expect something similar enough.
Because graphics are important. Let's not, graphics are fucking important. Unless you are Riot, who can create games that are so just good, graphics matter, right? Like something, the graphics of Mortal Kombat. You can say a lot about Mortal Kombat, but the graphics on a, objective level are pretty crazy. They are pretty good. They are pretty fucking good. Yeah. And it sells.
It's always been, like, watching the cutscene in Mortal Kombat has always been great. But yeah, I think that is the time to close it for today, guys. But yeah, anything last question you want to bring up, last topic you want to bring up quickly before we close it? They will have to go. You, Finn, as well, huh? And then not just the people.
Oh well, I mean, I just enjoyed this YouTube thing a bit.
Me too.
I have to destroy this fucking idiot Hordang player a bit. I will do that. I will probably do some. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to see where things go.
This is thank you. That's very nice. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Will. But yeah, no, it's very nice. It's very nice. It's very nice to have like this kind of, as well. It's very nice to have this kind of topic. There is always a conversation. There is obviously something gonna come up when season 2 is gonna be around.
Yeah, season 2 is gonna be important.
When actually it's not too far, because when is the battle pass finishing? Because that's when season 2 is
they said 30 days, but I think they're gonna announce it for like March or maybe April. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be 2 months, like, let's say it's gonna be at least 2 months before Evo Japan, so they can do a corrective patch in between after 1 month. I don't think they wanna have Tekken Master again in top 8.
You asked about the song. Yeah, no problem, bro. You watched the Jin video. Okay, yeah, cool. I know you. I remembered your name. Yeah.
Which Jin video?
I made like 2 God of Destruction players, like BL and Snake. I know he's a double God of Destruction, Zafina actually, and he played Jin against another guy who picked up Jin, a Bowie Polish player, also God of Destruction, multiple actually, I think. And I just analyzed this to like see like, okay, where is like. When really skilled players like BL and Snake or so, when they pick up Jin anew, or like in the first week of Jin, right? What are they already doing with Jin that like players can use and pick up, right? What is already good? Like, what is the good baseline of Jin Kazama that you can use when you want to pick up the character, maybe? So I did this. Was pretty good.
That's good. I think I saw the thumbnail. I haven't watched it. I haven't been watching much, honestly, in these days. It's been very doing.
Yeah, but I mean, you're pretty busy with like this wedding and all that stuff, and like going on work, and like going on he has to work at a wedding, and then you have to work at, I don't know, maybe a cruiser.
I wish. No, I'm just based here. But yeah, Anyway, thank you so much to everyone that stopped by. Well, do you think they are? Let's see. Let's answer this last question. Do you think they are going to add more moves to character after season 2? They're always going to add more moves, guys.
Yeah, they did in the past. They always added
more stuff. They always add more.
By the way, this artwork of Ryukiri, yeah, it looks almost like Yu-Gi-Oh art. Is that like a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Like it almost looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
That's true. That's true. The colors as well.
Yeah, the colors with the background and stuff. Yeah.
But
I think they are going to add more moves. They already basically said people get new moves and stuff. So yeah, they're gonna do it. I don't know how ham they go, because in season 2 of Tekken 7 they added wall bounces and so, yeah, exactly. So okay, so Calibur, okay.
Oh
so
wait, it was. I wanted to click on this one. Wall bounce season 3. Yes, guys, always wall bounce is gonna be back. Get ready, 150 damage combos into each smash. But yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you very much to Finn. We're always nice. We have our group.
John.
And there is going to be way more conversations to come. Actually, I think one day we should do.
You know what? Can I ask you one final question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me your wish character. Okay, wait, make it fast.
Okay.
Give me your number one wish list character for season 2 that is going to return, and give me one guest character that you want to like to see.
Okay. Wish list from Tekken. Well, all my favorites are there. Honestly, it's like I cannot complain that much. It's Lo Feng and Brian are there, so all my favorites are there. But if I have to think about a character that I would like to see again, is probably from the Tekken franchise. It's probably Ancient Ogre, with a proper little story expansion, or even a proper story expansion like the Aftermath, but which you can sell for £5 more to £10 more. I don't care, but do a proper story expansion. Not this bullshit that we receive for free. I'd rather don't have anything that has something so sad like the Yacht expansion. And probably it's Ancient Ogre. Is still the best boss design that there has ever been, and he has the kind of design that is perfect. He can be a boss character as well as a playable character. He fits both. And that's a very rare thing to see in boss characters. Bison is one of those. Akuma is one of those. But Tekken never has it. The boss character is always the boss character. Jinpachi has been that, but just because in Tekken Tatsu they made it a Mishima. They didn't make it just the Tekken 5 Jinpachi. And as a guest character, Akira from Virtua Fighter. A martial artist. Like, don't have... I'm not that much... Another fighting game character anyway. Not Clive, not... Tifa, I don't mind. If you want to put Tifa, put Tifa. Don't care. But yeah, another fighting game character with no projectile, and I'm happy.
I would like Akuma to come back, or Julia, and as a guest character, I would like Jean from God Hand.
Jean for God Hand. I never. Yeah, you told me about God Hand. I never.
God Hand. This is it because he has heat in the game.
Okay.
Yet
it works.
Tony Jaa, bro. I was like thinking about Scott Atkins from Undisputed, Yuri Boyka from the he could also be in there.
Yeah, guest character Baki probably. I will tell you, Baki
could work. I mean, if you can make it somehow look okay, I guess it can work. Yeah.
Yeah, Baki. Yeah, one Tony Jaa from Wong Bak. Well, that's like it's like he pulls out the tone for it. That's nice.
Yeah, God Hand is PS2 game. Yeah, God Hand you can from the Resident Evil maker actually. He basically came up with the idea for this game. It's crazy.
But probably we're gonna get Virgil as next character or
Virgil.
Get ready, Devil Trigger for hit system. Good luck.
Devil Trigger. Yeah, you could do it actually. Yeah.
You
another character with a sword. Why not?
Anyway, ladies, gentlemen, Finn. I'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Well, don't get angry on ranked. Ciao.
Ciao.
Okay.